What's up, guys, and welcome back to Go With The Flow. And today is not a full house.
We have been left alone.
We've been left alone. It's just me and Elder. Anyways, Elder, what's up now? How you doing?
I'm okay. It's been a long week. A lot has happened. We're here again.
At least man you won.
At least we won. We won. A win is a win.
A win is a win. Anyways, so did you watch the Chelsea Man City game?
Oh, yeah, I did.
You just watched the game? Well, let me ask you, what do you know? There's power in the tongue. Do you believe there's power in the tongue, right? No. You know what I'm saying? There's power in the tongue.
Okay, now you're beginning to sound like Chooks. So Chooks mentioned this earlier.
Yeah.
And now I begin to see this, right?
And we were criticizing him in terms of actually there's power in the tongue because people were saying Chelsea as a football club, you can't say you're not in the title race. Most people felt that was going to affect Chooks was like it will affect the players' mentality. Mm-hmm. Because at that time, Chelsea were in second position. Yeah. So maybe, and the way I see it, it was too early to actually say, maybe he could have said something different. You understand? Yeah. Maybe he could have said something different rather than we're not in the title race. But Chelsea have not been at their best. Going from, as at December, they were in second. Yeah. And when in January, Chelsea is 6th, right?
Yeah. They're 6th right now. But the thing is, I also feel that I want to look at it from the point of the coach, right?
Okay.
Could it be? Because I remember thinking at the time that possibly these guys just wanted to be under the radar. They didn't want any form of pressure. So that's why the coach was probably doing that just to keep going and just maybe if they're able to nick it, then that would be good, right? But looking at how they've falling from grace, if I put it that way, between second, third week December till now, it now begs the question, could it be that the coach actually saw some things within his team that made him feel like, we're not ready yet
to be in the title race?
So he was always making it clear. That way, if it ends up happening, then everyone's going to be like, oh, wow, this is really great. But if it doesn't happen, just like what has happened now, it will be like, yes, I told you so. So is that the case, right? Because if you look at Chelsea as a team, Chelsea has like 10 million players. Like, if we're being honest, like there's players all over the place.
Yes.
And it's almost crazy not to be able to win games. Imagine drawing to Bournemouth, for example. Like, there's some games this point, you don't expect someone like a team like Chelsea to lose or draw. But that's what they end up drawing right now. Compared to the impressive run they had earlier where everyone was even getting scared of Chelsea.
Yeah.
Now it's just like they are now here. And personally, I also feel like a few factors has contributed to bringing them to where they are right now. The most glaring is Jackson up front.
So before you start, you said Jackson.
Yeah.
So, we watched Chelsea, and I think I agree with most of the things you said. And in the past, Chelsea have had strikers like Diego Costa, big, strong, dominant inside the box. Drogba, big, strong. And Jackson, he's not that. Most people he's not that Chelsea profile, and we know how Mikel Obi is always hammering. Yeah. He's always criticizing Jackson and all that. So I've always had the opinion Jackson should be that striker that should come from the bench, or probably maybe Chelsea should push him to the left because he's very good at running in behind. The Man City game, now go on with Jackson.
No, so I personally think Chelsea didn't really bring a lot to the plate in terms of that game. The only goal that came from that game that Chelsea scored was as a result of a mistake, right? Of course, we understand that you score goals when defenders or when players make mistake, but looking at it was literally from nothing.
Yes.
Right? And after that, it's almost as if City stepped on it and did not take their foot off their necks till the end of 90 minutes, right? And then when they managed to have a few chances, you'd see the likes of Jackson not even turning up, right? As much as we try not to be very critical of these players,
yes,
but I feel like you should also own it.
Jackson?
Right? Yes, Jackson. especially because I remember when Mikel Obi talked about him. And he was like, "Oh yeah, he scored the goal," and then started saying, "Yo,"
He was like haunting Mikel Oki, yeah, Mikel back.
Right? But all Mikel was just saying is they need someone who is like a proven striker, a goal scorer, a beast in front, if I put it that way. I can't say Jackson is there right now. Does he have the potential? Yes. Maybe if he sees another striker actually being up front and doing...
Is learning from?
Yeah. He might be that guy that comes from the bench and probably can change the game for Chelsea. But in terms of the game yesterday, I think two people actually, apart from Jackson as well, we need to actually give Sanchez his flowers as well.
The goalkeeper.
Yeah, if we have to put it that way. Like, there was no reason for Sanchez to be in that position where Haaland scored from. Because it was almost as if Haaland was still scrubbing and then he just took his head over and said,
Yes,
seafood.
Seafood, yeah.
That was really it.
Yeah.
Right? The guy already, Haaland already had this guy on him. Right? Why did you feel the need to
push out like that?
Push out like that, and then you were now not in position. And I think he didn't even recognize that he had stepped up. By the time he saw it, you could see he was trying to scramble back. But of course,
it was too late.
Haaland got the better of him. So I think if they're able to, do they make top 4? That would be tough
For Chelsea.
Because where they are right now,
yeah,
and the way Nottingham Forest is playing,
and Newcastle,
those two guys, bro, I don't know. It will be tough.
I think the game against, I don't know if it's too early for me to say this, but I think that Man City game was like
that was a litmus test.
Like the top 4.
Yeah.
I think that was,
you win that kind of game. You see your place. Now you look at City.
Yes.
You see how City has been. They've been saying, 7th, 8th. Can you see City now? Top 4. And that's why I tell you.
Yeah.
That's how we'll be here. And I will say, I said it when they become top 2.
Top 2.
I'm telling you. Because the mentality, the pressure, even after going behind quite early in the game yesterday. Against Chelsea.
Yes.
You could see how they were very resilient. And it was almost like a no-brainer. You could tell that the goal was coming.
Yeah. Chelsea, I didn't even expect Chelsea to sit that deep because normal Chelsea, like Chelsea just sat deep and we were like controlling, we were dominating.
Chelsea dominated a lot.
Yeah.
And I think Mamouche was just... Mamouche was...
You were impressed?
Bro, the guy was running, making runs. I understand that you're as a striker as well. It's your first game.
You're trying to make
you want to score a debut goal.
Yeah.
If not for that alone, there was a chance he could have laid to Foden. And Foden had the better chance. But bro, that guy was a handful yesterday. He kept the defenders on their toes.
Yeah.
And now it's difficult because when you have Haaland stretching the defense and you have this guy running behind people, it's a difficult combination. And I think if he finds his feet, but that partnership will be a problem in the Premier League.
Now, for me, Chelsea, I think I'll agree there's really power in the tongue. Because going from second to... Bro, you're taking this thing to the spiritual realm. No. Honestly. Going from second to 6, like in the space of... The Premier League is it's a very funny league.
Yep.
The Premier League is a very funny league. Just few games and Chelsea's already out. But now, one thing I will say is this is Enzo Maresca's first season with Chelsea. And he hasn't really, he has not had... This is the first time he's meeting with these guys. He's trying to, pass his ideas, his football styles.
Maresca played preseason, right?
Yes, he did preseason.
No, this is different.
But he has not really... This is the first time he's with these boys.
This is where I now see what I'm about to say. What about Liverpool? Isn't it the same thing?
Yeah. Wait, see now. Liverpool... See, Chelsea have the youngest. Chelsea don't have winning mentality players in their team. No. Elder said now.
Yeah.
You can't compare Chelsea to Liverpool. Liverpool have winning players that have won the Premier League. Players have won Champions League. Van Dijk, Mo Salah, these other Alisson, Trent, Robertson. These guys, they know what it is to win. Chelsea are literally making use of. I won't be surprised if Chelsea have the youngest squad in the Premier League, and this is Enzo's Maresca first season. Now, I want to ask, what was the expectation when they hired him?
Yeah, of course.
Was it to? I doubt it was to win the league.
No, we talked about this last week, in the sense that nobody expected Chelsea to get to that level, right?
Yes.
But when you now get there, doesn't it just make sense for you to try and sustain it? That's the thing I'm saying.
Looking at, yes, Chelsea have so many players, but looking at their squad, do they have players that can challenge? Can this current team they have now, is it a team that can challenge for top 4? Yes. But is it a team that can go on to win Premier League title? Not yet.
Okay, I want to flip it back to you now. Next season, do you think they will be qualified then to win the league?
Next season?
Or do you think they need to buy more players?
No.
Because that's right. I was actually trying to drag it to that point.
No, if they don't make top 4 this season,
Yeah.
if they don't make top 4 this week, hopefully in that conference league, that other Champions League, conference league, Chelsea should be winning that competition. No doubt. Because there are literally no big teams there. They should be winning that competition. Next season, if they don't finish top 4 this season, next season they should be at least going into top 4 and challenging. This season was all about maybe Enzo Maresca getting to gel with the boys. It's his first season, that kind of thing. It's his first season, and
It's his first season, right? But the only challenge I have with that is Alan Slot, right? He's coming, he's put his own mentality, and we are seeing results. And you have come to say, okay, maybe the players are more experienced.
Yeah.
A different mentality. The only thing I have to add is I don't think if we're already seeing this straight, I still think it might not be any different next season as well. Why? Because if you have got, it's the same thing I always say about my good friends Arsenal, right?
Okay.
If you have gotten to that point, what you need is the sustaining power, ability to stay there. Like, even if you should fall, at least top 3, top 4, not just to drop from second all the way to 6th. I understand that this particular table is very tight, but that's why you need to have your A game.
Sorry, Eda, because this is no one expected a team like Nottingham Forest to be where they are.
That's what we are saying. And to be honest with you as well,
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest is where they are because the big names too did not put their weight, if we're being honest.
Okay.
The likes of Man U now see dancing in the second half of the table. City is just finding its way back into the table. Aston Villa themselves.
That's still coming.
Tottenham, you don't know who
That one.
which Tottenham will turn up.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So like the big names as we know them this season have all not shown up apart from Liverpool.
And
Arsenal, I'll say maybe.
Mm.
Maybe. Like I'll give it to them because they are second.
Yes.
But this is the season where Arsenal should have been on top of the table, if we're being honest.
Okay.
City, their main rival that they chased throughout last season. No, they had the express chance to be at the top, but they gave it to Liverpool. Even the times where Liverpool dropped points, Liverpool played against United, they didn't win.
Yeah.
Arsenal did not capitalize. That's why Arsenal is second. And because every other day nobody initially saw Nottingham Forest coming, and those guys, to give them their flowers, they are doing their work.
They're doing their
They
job.
are coming up, they are beating you. When they beat you, if it's too bad, they draw.
Yeah.
Like they are doing the hard work. So I give it to them.
So now Chelsea, what I want to say, you brought Arnold Slot in regards to him, his first season. Another thing again is Enzo Maresca was coming into a Chelsea that wasn't really settled in terms of, they had Pochettino, the club wasn't really settled and all that. So he had to come in now, tell some players, you're not in my plan, you're in my plan. Like, I think he was able to stable the ship for
Can I ask you a direct question?
Yeah.
Would you rather be in Maresca's position or would you be in Amorim's position?
Ruben Amorim?
Yes.
I'd rather be in Enzo Maresca's position.
Except my point.
No. So, in regards to Arne Slot, Arne Slot came to a Liverpool that has winners and they were settled in a way.
I agree with you. My point is, I agree with you 100%. The only thing is, yes, Liverpool had a winning squad, and we can also argue that maybe they also had like a team that was really ready.
Yes,
and
sort of.
He just did a little bit of tweaks here and there, and
yes,
they continued from where my good friend Klopp stopped. However, Maresca,
yes,
he had a buffet
but
of
that
players.
Could be a problem too.
You think Amorim's problem is nobody? It's like
too much of everything can be a problem too.
No, because if we're being honest as well, it's not like these players are useless players. These players are actually good players, bought with a lot of money.
Yeah.
How much did we calculate that? Over 2 billion.
Over 1 billion, I told you.
Yeah. What of players? If we're being honest, and if you come in and then you cannot select from that quality to even make something, get something quality, then, like I always say, it's also we have to then question the quality of the manager as well, right? But when you come to a place like, if you compare that to United now, where most of the players are really there,
no good.
Mourinho said something a while ago. He said, don't worry, watch them when they leave United. If they get a club, watch where they go. If they go there, watch if they play. Do you understand? That just tells you that we can see the case of Rashford now trying to leave United. Finding it expressly difficult.
So now you're saying, based on how much the players Chelsea have and everything now, they should be, at least you see that they should be challenging based on the money they spend, or at least this is in top 4. So
initially when they started, if I'm being honest, when they started, we did not have any expectations
for Chelsea.
For Chelsea, no.
If I'm being honest, this season, if I wanted to say, based on his first season, okay, I'll say there should be an identity in terms of style of play. If you can get FA Cup, Carabao Cup, any of that,
I would even say that.
Then maybe try to, this season at least, the expectation should be in the Champions League.
Now, coming from where Chelsea was last season,
yes,
we wouldn't even expect it.
Chelsea finished, was it 8th or so last season, and now. So
my point is, we didn't even expect them to be organized at all this season. They just to be finding their feet. That's what we expected.
Yeah.
But at the point where they were able to sort out their issues quickly, get started, be top 2, everybody now started saying, wow, this is actually something. My point is, at that point, even if the coach was saying, oh, we're not ready to win the title, we're not there yet, whatever, the players themselves should have challenged themselves to say, you know what, let's prove everybody wrong. Let's be there. Like Pep always say, be there. Stay close.
But again, you need to, there are some players Chelsea who need to cut their loss. Example, like you said, Jackson. So if there's one player, then if there's one player they need to, like, one position they need to improve on, it to be Jackson. And another player I feel they need to cut their loss with is Enzo Fernandez, that their midfielder. Because ever since Lavia, I think, I don't know, that period where they were doing very well, I think it was Caicedo and Lavia, the double pivot, then Kopama in front. But I don't know, I don't think Caicedo, Enzo Mares.
But even Kopama,
I
think lately, Kopama has just been... He has not been turning up. No,
yes,
we're being honest, right?
Yeah. In the last, I don't think in
the last couple of games,
he has not been turning up.
Like, what's going on with Kopama?
Yeah,
He's like, the guy is not.
I think he happens to the best. There's a little dip there and there, but I feel he'll still, you see, someone like Phil Foden, all through the first half of the season, Phil Foden was not at his best.
I
But
don't
this
even
half
think
of
it's
the season,
for his first half. He was proud last year, but let's leave that.
no, it wasn't.
Foden had his first goal in 2024 in December.
I think so. Yeah.
What are we saying?
Around that period. So, but all through now, Kopama too has not been at his
Yeah, of
best. But there are
course.
some players, like I said, Jackson, someone like Jackson. Already this season, Jackson has 9 goals, 5 assists. Last season, that's for Premier League. Last season, he finished with 14 goals, 14 Premier League goals, which is not bad for your first season in the Premier League for a striker.
But when you compare it to the number of goals that he ends up
Missing.
missing, what do you have to say?
Like the
about
Man City game, did you see the one Kopama passed to him and
I'm sure Palmer, as in, I don't. A part of me hoped that Palmer would at least take that ball. He had
I was
an
expecting,
opportunity
to take
because
the
that's
shot.
the normal Palmer we would see. But when he gave, I think he was just trying to be selfless and be like, you know what, you're in a better position.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the ball was he might have been slightly behind, but I don't think it's something he couldn't have converted.
I don't understand. Like Jackson, honestly, he gets into very good positions sometimes.
Yes, his timing is good.
He's just his decision making that is the problem. And Chelsea, we need to go for a dominating striker. Now, if you talk, there's always been these rumors about the first person that comes
Osimhen.
Osimhen. But then again, now, is Osimhen kind of striker Enzo Maresca wants? That's another thing again.
But if what we have been reading and what we have been hearing is true, they almost signed him last window, and due to one or two things, they couldn't complete it. Maresca was there at the time.
Okay.
So I would have expected that very early in the window they would conclude it right now, right? But I don't know what the agreement is with Osimhen's Galatasaray, right? So I don't know what that engagement is, but if even right now he has some bit of issues in Galatasaray based on the issue with the press, and then there was the issue where in their Europa game where some fans they came online and they were bashing him after the game that they drew, despite the fact that he was underscored the equalizer.
Okay.
However, so there are a lot of things going on there. So we'll see how it plays out.
So you feel Chelsea is like what's the Osimhen?
Yeah, there's a lot of interest, especially within the Chelsea camp. People like Mikel who are ex-players and I guess still have some influence in Chelsea.
Influence can make it happen.
Obviously, have been in the ears of Osimhen, trying to sell him the Chelsea dream.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking that Didier Drogba as well wants him in Chelsea because I know Drogba is Osimhen's idol.
Okay.
And
Drogba played for Galatasaray too. Yeah. At one point.
Exactly. So I know there's been like some conversations off the pitch, and Drogba has insinuated a couple of times that this is the kind of striker that Chelsea needs. So we'll see where all of this interest will take us.
Even the goalkeeper, he has made. I think I was seeing the
Sanchez.
The way you said Sanchez, Chelsea. See, the funny thing, the manager keeps backing him.
Yeah, so
the manager keeps backing, and this guy has made the most errors leading to go in the Premier League.
I think I saw that stat as well when they said Sanchez has one of the highest.
Yeah.
I was surprised because I would have thought that trophy belonged to Nana. But
so who would you pick, Sanchez or Nana? I was going to ask you this one. Sanchez or Nana?
Because personally,
yes,
you know how I feel about Nana. So because of that and that alone, I'll pick Sanchez.
You pick Sanchez. You pick Sanchez over Nana.
I'm telling you.
I'll pick Onana over this current Sanchez.
No. So like
no. This current Sanchez.
Onana, personally, no man. Both of them are bad. But just like I don't know. I guess I'll still pick Sanchez over Onana.
I'll pick Onana over this current Chelsea Sanchez. Onana is not.
Don't say this current. Use the whole season. Don't say this current.
Okay, I'll pick Onana over Sanchez. That is it. Because Onana
It's
has
like
his moment.
you have not seen Onana.
Eh?
Even today,
Even today.
when United was playing against Fulham, you know how he always plans when he do all those, especially corner kicks.
Yeah.
They had done it again today. It was Toby that nodded the ball on the line. He was already. He's always like that. Like he has that moment. He's just like like Statue of Liberty. You just no man.
Anyways, so Sanchez, I think Chelsea, they need to change that position.
Although I think Onana has had more clean sheets, but because I know
That's because people do low block too much. And that one doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
Call it what you will, but I think all of that comes into what makes it a team, right?
Yeah, but you of course Onana will keep more clean sheet now compared to because you guys see very deep. But someone like Sanchez, they need to find a replacement. And I think that mistake when he made that mistake, even Enzo Maresca was like,
yeah,
and like he knows he needs to do better. Enzo Fernandez too. I don't know. I think Chelsea will probably just need to cut their loss. They will need to cut their loss in that position. I know they've had injuries to players like Lavia and Fofana, who was good for them.
Fofana was actually really good. I don't
for them. They have injury. I think he's out for the rest of the season due to ACL injury or something like that. But that Caicedo, I don't think he's working.
Wow.
I don't think he's working. When Lavia comes back, I think Chelsea will be much better. Maybe finishing top 4. Do you think they'll finish top 4 this season?
Chelsea.
Yeah. Just going Chelsea. Let's just try and end it with that. Where do you think Chelsea will finish currently right now?
If they finish top 4, it would be a miracle, to be honest.
If they finish top 4, it will be a miracle.
Except I don't think Newcastle is leaving that top 4. Newcastle will die there. Like it's going to, they really just because they are a smaller team. Let's see. That's why I would say let us see the possibility of Nottingham Forest not making top 4.
Not making top 4.
I think those are the only guys. But the way they play right now,
Chelsea,
Forest. If they keep playing like that, then I'm sorry. Manchester United, of course, Manchester United is far off. Tottenham, Chelsea, Aston Villa, they will just have to try again next season for top 4.
Oh, for Chelsea, I don't see them. Wow.
You don't see them?
I don't see them finishing top 4.
Wow.
For Chelsea, I don't see them finishing top 4 this season. If it happens, then maybe Enzo might.
It's tight, man.
Yeah, it's tight. But
the top 3 is just 4 points.
Yeah. But I still feel. I don't know. I'll still pick a Newcastle United over them. You know why? Because when I look at, see.
They have some games though.
No. I'll still pick a Newcastle United over them because Newcastle United, when you compare player for player, if you look at Isak Jackson,
of course.
If you look at Newcastle United's midfield,
no, of course,
like compared to this Chelsea's team,
and just even looking like for the remaining part of the season, they still have Brighton to play at home.
Chelsea,
they have Aston Villa to play at home.
Chelsea,
they have Arsenal to play at home. They have then they have Liverpool to play away. They have Manchester United away. They have Nottingham Forest at home. Like some serious games there.
That's like I said. If there's any team that's like it's Newcastle United is in 50, they're in 6th. So if there's anything between these two guys that will even have the opportunity to make top 4, I'll put, if I'm to bet or I'll put my money on Newcastle United, because when I look at the Newcastle United team, I feel they're a much better team. The midfield is better. Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali. I think they have more better players. Some players are much better than Chelsea players. Chelsea finishing top 4 this season, to me, I don't think it's possible. If Enzo Maresca does it, then he did a
great job.
He did a good job.
Impressive.
What about you? You don't see this happening, right?
Well, I can't really, to be honest, I can't really say.
You can't really,
but if I had to pick,
yeah,
I doubt that they will make top 4.
You doubt they will make top 4
because of the lineup that they have.
Okay, all right, guys, let us know where you think Chelsea will finish this season, just based on how things are going right now, and also with the fact that Man City seems to be getting back into their rhythm.